Hello everyone, this video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball is the app that you all need. We all have it here at Newcastle Fans TV to get all the latest information on Newcastle United and the Premier League. And January is going to be huge as well with the January transfer window. Make sure you download OneFootball to get all the latest information on incomings and outgoings on Newcastle United.
Newcastle Fans TV.
Yeah, hello everybody. Please download the OneFootball app, keeping you up to date with all of the scores. Sam's been, the amount of times it was pinging on his phone during that game, which we'll talk about. We're not sponsored by B&M, but if you want to get your bargains, it's a good shop.
No, don't advertise. They've got to pay if they want to.
He's in a bad mood. I think we all are. This is the last word we'll hear from Eddie Howe very shortly, but we'll begin with the lineups, then we'll talk about the match, and then briefly on the Liverpool game, which is very short. But you weren't surprised, were you, when it was the same side announced?
No, I think it was fair enough. I think the only doubt was if Cher hadn't trained a few times this week, so whether or not he could overcome that little niggle he had, which he did. Maybe it might have been for the best if he hadn't, but there you go. Defensive errors all round. But yeah, it was a funny one, because you can look at Burnley two ways, going back from obviously the same starting 11. Obviously it was great to just get that first 1-0 win over the line, but I mean, the game changed when Cornet went off, but that's a separate issue. It's Leicester today, and it didn't go well.
It didn't. Speaking of Leicester, there was a few changes. Obviously they were out of the Europa League from Thursday night. Long trip to Naples, and they dropped into the Conference League, and no Vardy, which was very surprising. Didn't see him come off the bench. Change at left back, and obviously they're very strong in midfield. But as the game began, Sam, there was an injury early on to Johnny Evans, and we're seeing Samari come in centre mid, and then indeed he dropped to centre back, and you're thinking, this is good news for Newcastle.
Arguably their best centre back as well. He went down off the ball, and it looked heavy. I don't know whether he's done some ligament damage or whether it's just a hamstring, but it didn't look great for him. I mean, it looked great for us, because again, like, Callum Wilson was probably rubbing his hands together, thinking that.
But started off so well in the first 10-15 minutes.
I know, but we did that under Steve Bruce, and it was a case of we've shot our bolt too early. How many times have I said that this season? Too bloody many. But the first half in general, I thought it was really positive, and I thought we did some really nice stuff at times. Almiron pressed was superb, put in his usual shift and did some fantastic work tracking back. I still don't think he's comfortable going forward on the right hand side.
He never has been. No,
because he can't seem to get going. Then he's got to he stops, turns, does a complete pivot, goes round the Reekin, which is an expression in Shropshire. Reekin's a mountain in Shropshire, but anyway, he completely has to go all the way around, and by which time it's kind of stagnated the attack. So I still don't think he looks particularly comfortable there. But what I did like, which is what I was praying for under the previous manager, that ASM and Almiron swap sides, interchange, make it more fluid, and that was happening in the first half. They swapped after 21 minutes, and they were having some joy. I thought Mankier in the first half dealt with Harvey Barnes pretty well. Yeah,
because he was we're talking about in the free preview.
In my opinion, he's their best player. Yeah,
he's goals all the time, assists, direct. He's got a better end product than any of our wingers, and he was the main man that we pointed out in the preview. Like I say, Newcastle started off well in the first 10-15 minutes. We looked a better side. Leicester then started to have a bit of spell of possession. Dubravka wasn't really tested, but the big talking point, which is that penalty, So I'll have my say on it first of all, and Sam will have his. First of all, the ball, why are you giving the ball to Shelvey, and he's got 2 or 3 men, then the ball's nicked off him, then Lascelles dangles his leg out. If you dangle your leg out, players in the modern day football will go over. Lascelles leaves his foot out, and I've seen it back on the replay. Me and Sam watched it back at half time. He goes down already, he's looking for it. He's already down, so if Lascelles doesn't make that contact, it's a yellow card, and Maddison's cleverly won the penalty, and you can see on both sides Lascelles shouldn't be doing it, Maddison shouldn't be going down. So from our point of view, that's Maddison going down, but Lascelles shouldn't be leaving his leg out. And
stuff like that, though. I mean, he's an incredibly he's an incredibly talented player, Maddison, but there's a real arrogance about him on the pitch, and I think that's why he doesn't get in the England squad. I don't think Southgate likes that, but and he's a soft shite as well.
Penalty.
Very, very soft, but I mean, it is what it is. Look, players these days, they don't need any invitation to go down. And if it happened at the other end, would we be shouting for it? Probably. Well, there was minimal contact, but he was already on the way down, and that's the point here. And
the point is the ref didn't look at VAR.
No, odd. I mean, the application of VAR this weekend, when it's come to penalty decisions, has been absolutely mind-boggling.
And it's been almost every game this weekend that's had a penalty. But like I say, Sam said earlier on, I didn't think we deserved to go 1-0 down into the break. I thought Newcastle were decent for the money, going in at half time, 1-0 down. Fair enough, you're 1-0 down, you think, right, okay, it's happened. Let's come out the second half. Let's come out and be a different team. But I said to you just before on the way out, that double change, them substitutions that Eddie Howe made, and he switched it to a wing-back system, I think cost us more goals.
100% it did, but he's then tried something to get us back in the game, hasn't he? It really didn't work, but he showed a willing. Paul Manquillo, bless him, was absolutely...
Yeah, he was playing right centre back for the people who haven't seen that.
Cut to ribbons, wasn't he? As soon as that happened, what did I say to you? As soon as our change was made, didn't Leicester have a free kick, and they just pumped it straight to where Manquillo was, because he's now their target man. And it was that side of the pitch where we were carved open time and time and time again. And we didn't show anything. Yes, we had lots of possession today, which was really strange.
I think we had more shots than them.
We did have more shots than them.
Mad.
More shots, more possession. But the possession amounted to nothing. The shots weren't that impactful. There wasn't, for all our huffing and puffing, the final pass was lacking, the final cross was lacking. Has Callum Wilson had a shot today? I don't think he did. Joe Linton had a shot. Willock had a shot. ASM kind of had a shot.
Soft header at Richie at the end.
Well, that
there wasn't many, but you talk about those goals, the second, third and fourth, were all very, very similar. We're cut open, 1-2s, mistakes by Manquillo, mistakes by Fabian Schär, and Tielemans and Maddison are just rubbing their hands together. And Newcastle came away with a 4-0. Well, it looked like a battering, and in the second half it was, but the only positive to come out with today for me was the fans, wasn't it? The fans were outstanding today. Once again, I mean, I pointed this out with Leicester. Leicester's a great place for the away fans, because it doesn't matter what the result, whether we're getting beat 5-0, we're winning games here at Leicester. We're always championing, we're always singing, and that's the only positive for me. Is Newcastle United today didn't deserve the fans. Would you say? Would you go on echo on the lines of that?
Yeah, it's great away, and it really is. One tier, isn't it, the King Power? So you're not split into different tiers like you are up the road at Villa Park, and you're not kind of all the way along the stand like you are at Wolverhampton. You're nice, close, compact in the corner with a decent view, unless you're at the front. And it's a fantastic away end, and the fans stuck with the team throughout.
We even got the take and the piss they were celebrating Leicester's goals with the music and that, wasn't it? So it just it goes to show you. And I think everybody who's watching that should smash that like for all the away fans today, because they did our club proud.
3 hours home now, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, so while I'm editing this video, smash the like. I'm in a service station editing this video, so please help us out.
You sat next to me, yeah.
Yeah, but by the time I've edited this video, it'll be somewhere in Sheffield or Leeds or wherever.
Woodall Services or Wetherby.
Woodall's. No, Wetherby's a good one. No, they're both good ones.
I think Wetherby is overrated. I stopped on the way home from the Brentford game. There was a fantastic one round Leeds.
Yeah, it is. It's called Skelton Lake or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Underrated. Way better than Wetherby.
So there's a few I could go to. But anyways, help us out. Let's get reaction from the backroom team. Here's Eddie Howe.
Yeah, it was a strange game, because I thought we were okay for large parts of the match. We were looked a threat in the first half. I don't think we quite brought our A game in that first half, and I thought if we had have done, the game was there for us to win. Conceded obviously a goal with the penalty. That's debatable whether it is or it isn't. Second half, I actually thought we played okay in phases, but just conceded bad goals at bad times. And the scoreline looks a heavy defeat, but actually the majority of the game, it didn't have that feel about it at all. I thought we were very competitive in the match. Yeah, I mean, every game is an opportunity where we're hugely frustrated by the scoreline and some of our moments in the game, because if we'd have shown a little bit more composure in the attacking third, I think we could have made more of the moments that we did have. I thought the players gave everything in the match. I don't think there's any issues there. I think we were committed, but we just yeah, we just let the game slip away from us. The scoreline's an unfortunate look, but as I say, I don't think that was reflective of the game.
That was Eddie Howe's reaction. Look, it all went tits up for Newcastle today. These 4 fixtures, we're looking around, and most of the results went our way, except from Burnley drew with West Ham, the last I've seen, and Watford got beaten, Norwich got beat. So I don't think
Norwich didn't deserve to lose their game either. And the
thing is the league table's kind to Newcastle, considering this is one of the big 4 teams that we're playing, and we all came down here with optimism, thinking we can get a point today, we can get a win, and the defence costs us. Newcastle very much have a championship side, but that league table isn't too bad considering we've just been battered 4-0 once again.
Give it a week or 2.
Yeah, but let's talk about now. We'll talk about Liverpool in a second.
Now it's still bad. Because the goal differences took a hammering. You had a really encouraging performance from Norwich the other day. Our first half was encouraging, but let's face it, you've come away with 0 points and -4 on your goal difference chart, which is like another point. So that, in that sense, no, I completely disagree. It's not looking positive in any shape, way or form.
I didn't say positive.
Well, you know what I mean. But at the
results have gone our way, except from the Burnley one, which is a point, which is not bad.
Fortunately, yeah, but still looking pretty grim, and like playing well in like we did in the first half and coming away with a thrashing. That's proper relegation form.
It is, and the defence is all over the place. And when now January's coming, we've got 5 more games to get through before we can sign anybody.
And that's going to be really tough.
It is. Well, that's for another video with One Football another day. But
we don't expect transfers like being spent mega millions, because I just don't think it'll be possible. Who's going to come?
Yeah, well, that's the video we put out yesterday, wasn't it? Liverpool on the horizon very, very shortly. Bizarrely on a Thursday night. We'll be down there. There's me, there's Sam, there's Johnny.
No, I'm not there.
Oh, you're not there?
No, I'm not there.
There's Harry there. You're not there, isn't there? There's Johnny, Harry, me. I think Carl's brother might be there. I'm not sure. But anyway, Liverpool's on the horizon. Do you knock it on its head and think, just get this one out of the way? But then you've got the 2 Manchester.
What are you going to do? Rest players for City at home, are you? Players for Man United.
You've just got to hope and pray that the likes of Salah, because Salah's unreal, and all their front line are just off form, and Newcastle have got to score 2 at Anfield to win the game for me. I don't think 1's enough.
2 might not be enough with our defence. You might need 4. Might not be enough.
I mean, I don't know how we're going to preview that game during the week. It's just keep the score down. I can understand. Can you understand if Eddie Howe went defensive and parked the bus? Do you accept that against a team like Liverpool?
Yeah, you've got to, with the position we're in. I would accept it more away at Liverpool than I would at home to City.
Yeah, I would agree. Anybody stood out for you? I know we've been battered 4-0, Sam, but there's anybody who said he's done all right today? I thought John Joe Shelby for the first hour was decent. Good hour.
Miggy defensively was good, tracking back in the first half. Second half, nah. Wilson didn't have a sniff. ASM tried, does his usual thing. I don't think he was that bad today, but it's that final pass, it's that final cross, it's just something that's lacking. We're huffing and puffing and getting nothing, and we're not capitalising and doing enough with the ball to create a chance to score, which is why we are where we are. But in terms of a standout player, not really.
No, there's nobody. I'd like to say Fraser, I've given a start on Thursday, something a little bit different, because he gets the ball and whips it in. That's what I like. But Liverpool's going to be a big ass. We'll talk more about that later on in the week. But if you can, like I say, help out by smashing that like, because we won't be home until after clock.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, he only lives to the other end of the Midlands. But see you later, everyone. Ta-da.